Hello, student. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to online classes. Hope everybody is keeping fine. Children, today once again we have come to the topic of industrialization. The last topic is the debate on the industrial revolution. So, as you already know, whenever we have a debate on some topics, we speak favor of that or against that. So here also, already we have seen till the topics whatever have completed from this lesson, how industrial revolution has taken place and much more development has done through the industrial revolution. Many more changes has brought not only for the European country but also all over the world. But basically we were studying the Britain and the European countries. Now in this debate we will be discussing against the industrial revolution. So let us start the topic. Okay. Until the 1970s, historians used the term industrial revolution for the changes that occurred in Britain from the year of 1780s to 1820s. This is only a changes has been done. It is not a revolution. Revolution is that something developed or something has a great changes has been done. That the according to the historians and all, they think or they say this is only a small extent of changes only has been done. How we can say that is previously the industrialist or the people used to weave the cloths through the handlooms. From the handlooms to the machine made, it is only just a small changes has been taken place. Previously, the manual work used to be taken place. Manual work in the sense people used to do hard work in that. But now, just a machine is doing the work. This is only the changes has been done, not something great and all. So that is what the historians say. It is only the changes that has occurred in Britain from the year of 1780s to 1820s. It was challenged on the various grounds. So when they speak about the industrial revolution and all that, is many people or many historians or many industrialists, they say great changes. It is a big changes that has been brought to the country and as well as to the world and all that. But the historians that they challenge on that various grounds about that is on the field of this industrial revolution. Industrialization had actually been two gradual changes. It considered a revolution. It is this revolution that we say, or according to the historians that they have said, it is only a gradual extension or the gradual changes, a slow or a long term of slowly step by step the changes has been done, but not a drastic in the sense very fast all over the European country or all over the Britain, that the changes when it takes, then we could say it is a revolution has been taken place. But they say this industrialization, when we talk about, it is actually a gradual changes, that means a slow changes, that is, and for long period of time that has taken place. That is why the historians that they say this industrial revolution is not a real industrial revolution. It is just a changes has occurred or changes has taken place. There was a relatively greater concentration of workers in the factories and a wider use of money. Previously also you could see, here the worker used to do the work in the factories and the wider use of money used to be expense, or they used to spend the money for a production. So when the handloom production used to be taken place, or it used to be done in the handloom, through the handlooms and all, by the people. Okay, so those time also workers were there. Those time also the wider use of money used to be taken place. So here also is the same. Here also there is nothing, something great has taken place. Not only the machines are doing the work, the people, worker also needed in the factories to do the work. So it is not that much of changes that the historians that they are saying. Next, when we again talk about until well into the 19th century, large regions of England remained untouched by the factories or mines, and therefore the term industrial revolution was regarded as inaccurate. That means they say, because when the changes up to the that means until the 19th century, up to the 19th century, in the sense 1800, the changes, the industrial revolution taken place, what they say. But in England it is only some areas only, some amount of areas only. Below that you can see England had changed in a regional manner, not all over the England, only a some part of the areas, prominently around the cities of London or the Manchester, the Birmingham or the Newcastle, rather than throughout the country. So if it is a industrial revolution all over the country, that the changes could have taken place, but it is only some areas, some cities only the changes has been done. So that is why the historians that they say it is not an industrial revolution, it is only a some extent of changes has been done from the handloom to the machine made. So this is, children, don't forget that we are having a debate on industrial revolution. This is what the historians that they don't agree for the industrial revolution when we talk about. Next, what happens? Could the growth in the cotton or iron industries or in the foreign trade from the year of 1780s to 1820s can be called a revolutionary? The years, no, 1780s to the 1820s, what we say the revolution taken place in the field of this cotton and the coal industry, okay, or the cotton or the iron industry, or also the foreign trade, whatever has been taken place, can we say this is as a revolutionary? Impressive growth of cotton textile based on a new machinery. Very good, that the cotton textile has been progressed, that is through the new type of machineries, and was in the industry that relied on a non-British raw material, on sales abroad, especially like India, on non-metallic machinery, and with a few links to other branches of industry. Those time also, when we talk about the cotton industry and all that, is many things we have relied from the different countries. We were depend upon different countries. For example, the Britain is going to produce a textile, no, cloths. So they used to get the cotton from other countries, the raw materials, that we could say cotton from other countries. So the country is totally relied to other country, depend upon other country for its production of the production of the goods and all that is. Then how can we say it is a or the machinery that they have utilized, that is a non-metallic machinery that they have utilized, okay, for the industry and all to produce the clothes, the textiles and all. So that is why we cannot say it is a great changes or a total changes or the industrial revolution that has taken place. So this is the historians that they make a debate on that. Or they say this metallic machinery and the steam power was rare until the late in the 19th century. In the 19th century, very lately this has come. In the year of 1817 to when we talked about 1780s to 1820s, it is very early to this 19th century. So they say this the metallic machineries or the steam power has come very late in the 19th century. So how can be, that means 1800. So how can the people produce the goods through the metallic machineries and all that? Is they have not utilized. That is what they thought, and historians. And the rapid, the now we are talking about the British and all that. This is the rapid growth in the British import and export from the 1780s occurred because of the resumption of trade with North America, that the war of American independence had interrupted. This growth was recorded as being sharp only because it started from a low point. It means that the rapid growth has taken place in British when it is only after the American independence, because American when in Europe and in the sense the Britain and America, when there was a war, there was no that much of exported import has taken place. After the war, that means when America have got their independence, okay, after that only what happens, that the in the year of 1780s onwards and all that, it is slowly the import and export has a resumption or restarted, that we can say, the trade that has been restarted, which was totally stopped or totally closed the trade with America and the Britain, European country and all that, is because of the because the Britain were totally dominated, or some of the 13 areas and 13 states of America was totally dominated by the Britain. So America also have done a great effort by the help of this France, that they fought with Britain, and Britain has totally away from the country, and by giving independence to America and that, they have gone away from there, as like in India and all that, as we know about in history more, that we studied. So this is a little bit, it is not in your text, but it had happened. Okay, America was once upon a time dominated by the British and all. So this is what when once the domination has removed, or the Britain have gone out, then America got their independence. Then slowly that the business or the trade that restarted in the country. Okay. Indicators of economic change occurring before and after 1815 to 1820 suggested that the sustained industrialization was to be seen after rather than before these dates and all. So before that there was no that much of changes, or the economical changes has not been occurred in Britain countries and all, or the industrial development has not been taken before that, before 1815 and all that is. But after this 1815 to 20, a little bit extent of the changes has been taken place. Because why previously, why this the industrial changes that has not taken place? Because on those decades, in the year of 1793 had experienced that the effect of France Revolution and the Napoleonic War. So in France already, you know, 9th class you might have studied the France Revolution, that the first lesson of history that we study, and in France lesson how different kings like Louis XVI and all, he was ruling, and different rules that he used to make. Then after that slowly Napoleon also has dominated the France. So this was a great damage had taken place for the trade with British, because British also were totally enmity with France. So that is why, and this France government or the Napoleon has totally stopped the what we say, one of the word is there below, that is there, I will be telling you when the word comes. So when Napoleon have stopped the trade with the Britain and all that, so the extension of import and export has totally stopped. But once the revolution has taken place in France and Napoleon also have lost his power, then slowly by the time of this 1815 onwards, what happens, the changes that industrial changes has been taken place in where it is in Britain. So here the industrialization is associated with a growing investment of the economy of the country's wealth in capital formation or building infrastructure and installing a new machinery, and with raising the levels of efficient use of these facilities and with raising productivity. Generally, when they started to change or bring some changes in the industrial sector and all that, slowly they need the capital, they need the infrastructure, they need the machineries, and that they started to purchase or develop. That is what has been done in the Britain country. And the productive investment in this sense grew steadily only after 1820 as did levels of productivity. But the historians, they say after the 1820 only some extent of changes has been done with the people and with the different industry and all that. Just have a look. That is the cotton, iron and the engineering industries had accounted for less than half of the industrial output until the 1840s. The technical progress was not limited to these branches, but was visible in other branches too, like agricultural processing and pottery. In the sense, so the after this 1940 and all that, or after the 1820 and 1840 and all that, slowly the development is taken place. But 1840 onwards, what happens, that the extension of development has a little bit stopped. Why? The country has given for other branches also for the development, like agricultural and the pottery industry development also they have taken place, or they have planned it to develop, so that in the year of 1840s and all that the technical progress was a little slow. Okay. Or to find out more about that is why Britain has made that much of growth of industrial development, and this much of development has been taken place or taking place. What is the main reason that in the year of this 1815 before that also, why there was no that much of development and all, will be seeing in that. Some historians that they say, the historians have pointed to the fact that from the year of 1780s to 1815, Britain tried to do two things simultaneously: to industrialize and to fight wars in Europe, North America and India. Very great things that you see. The two things that was there for the mind of this British to do in the year of 1760s to 1815. What are they? One thing is to develop the industries or to become the industrialized. And second one is to fight a war with countries like European, some of the countries, and the North American or North America, and with India. That was the main focus upon the Britain countries and all that is. Okay. And Britain was at war with 36 years out of 60 years from 1760 onwards. When we count and all that is 1760 to 1815 and all that is nearly 60 years. Within these 60 years, 36 years it was totally with the war. And the capital that was borrowed was used to fight the war. wars rather than invested. So rather than development, he is supposed to do the capital whatever that he is borrowing somewhere else. The money, capital in the sense money, whatever that he is supposed to utilize for the development of the country, but instead of that he used to put the borrowing money and all that is in the war. He used to spend over that, and as much as 35% of the cost of war was met by the taxing people's income. And as already you know, nearly more than 50 countries in the world that the British was totally dominated under its control. In the time of this, leave it, that is the First World War, Second World War, I was saying, but that was that you just leave. Previously, that when we talk about this 1760s to 1815 and all, that is much more country that he was dominated, and from there he used to collect the money, and that money also nearly 35% of that amount that he has spent in the war. So next, the workers were now, let us just look about what happens because of this extracting money through the taxes to the people and having this the war in the country, and what happens that I will be seeing. The workers were transformed out of factories and farms to the army. So what already we studied in the history and all, that is when the war is taking place, the government or the king, he orders all the people, okay, to come and join in that and to fight with the opposite group or one who is fighting with them. So the same thing it happened. So the worker also have stopped. They transformed their job. The people, those who were working in the factories and those who were in farms, they were totally brought to join in the army to fight in a war. And finally what happens, the food prices rose, food prices have increased sharply, that the poor had little money left for buying the consumer goods. And what happened, that the people, the consumers, okay, the workers, we can say consumers, that means the we people. So we those people, what happens those times, that they were not having that much of amount or very less amount to purchase their basic needs like food. The Napoleon's policies of blockade, as I was saying previously, that is when here I said one word will come about the Napoleon time, Napoleonic war and all that I was saying. No, this is the word that is what is known as the blockade. Blockade is nothing but that is to stop the Britain. The Napoleon has stopped. Napoleon policies have stopped the Britain country to have a trade with the European, some of the countries, and that is he totally made some of the restrictions over there, not to have any type of trade over there. And the British reactions to them, when he stopped, when the Napoleon policies have blocked or blocked, they have made it, or they stopped the export and import, then there was a great reaction about the British to why not to have the trade and all that is, and close the European continent totally. This blockade has totally closed the European continent to have the trade, and the destination for more than half of British exports to the British traders. So most of the British traders were being totally stopped for exporting their goods. So that is what it happened by the Napoleonic the policies of the blockade and all that he has made it. Next, when we come across, that is children, the word industrial used with the other word revolution, industrial and revolution, it is two words, that is so this too limited, it is very limited things has been only done when we speak the, okay, this is the thought of the historians that they are saying, okay, and the transformation extended beyond the economic or the industrial sphere and into the society, and gave a prominence to two classes here because of this industrial and revolution, that when it comes together, it has done very limited progress for the people and all that. It has transformed very limited sense of economical or the industrial development for the people. That is here two group of people has created. One is known as the bourgeois, and the other one is the a new class of the proletarian laborers in towns and in the countryside in the sense in the villages. So here the bourgeois in the sense a middle class group of people, and when we say about the proletarian laborers means that the wage earner group of people has created because of this industrial revolution in the countryside as well as in the towns and the cities. Next, in the year of 1851, the visitors thronged the great exhibition at the specially constructed Crystal Palace in London to view the achievements of British industry. So, in the year of 1851, some of the visitors have gathered, okay, to see the exhibition and the great exhibitions and all that was in Crystal Palace in London. So they have come, they have seen how the achievement has been done in the British industry and all that is. So at that time, half of the population was living in towns. They found that is half of the population were living in towns, but of the workers in towns, as many were in handicraft until as the factories. So people, as the industrial development taken place here, that has been done when from 17 to 1815 and all the 17 something the year is, what is that the when we spoke the 1780s to 1820s, that the industrial revolution time has been taken place, or we were discussing that is no. But here what happens in 1851, when it is this talk, they are talking about 1851. Okay, 1851 people have gathered to the great exhibition, and they have come and they are saying what is the achievement that the British have done through the industrial revolution and all that is. But till people are doing the handicraft work in the factories and all that is. And in the year of 1850s, that the promotion of the people living in the urban area went up dramatically. Okay, so people by the 1850 and all that is, the people that they supposed to live in a industrial development or the industrial revolution country, the people how they supposed to live, but it was something different. And the most of these were workers in the industry. Most of the people were only worker in the same condition the people's life, and the working classes. Only 20% of the Britain's workforce now lived in the rural areas. This was a far more rapid rate of the industrialization than had been witnessed in other European countries. And in this detailed study of British industry and all that is, so this is what has been taken place. The people also has been found out. Okay, they given the witness, that is from the time of 1780s to 1820 industrial revolution that we say, but where till the people that they were living in a poor condition and all that is, the people are till today the people are living like a working classes group of people. Where the development, how the development have come? But when we speak about from the 1850 and all that is, little bit changes the people's life has been done. So that is why another historians, he says, his name is A.E. Mosen, has suggested that A.E. Mosen is suggesting, okay, about this development of the revolution and all that is, what he says that there are good grounds for regarding the period of 1850 to 1914 as that in which the industrial revolution really occurred on the massive scale, transforming the whole economy and society much more widely and deeply than the earlier changes had done. So he is saying who? Here the one of the historian, that is his name is A.E. Muson, is saying, suggesting that is what development has been taken place, what the changes has been done in the time of this 1780s to 1820 or 1840 and all. That is nothing but the great changes. Okay, a great ground of changes has been taken place from the year of 1850 to 1914. This is what he says, a great industrial revolution has or a real industrial revolution has been occurred or taken place in, or a massive scale transforming the whole economy of the society has been taken place. This is what the historians that they say. Children, this is only the debate on the industrial revolution that we were discussing. I hope you might have understood that is. And further, when the classes is going to take physically, when we all come to the school and all, that is, if there is any doubt and all, I will be telling you more. So till then, I think this lesson or this topic and all, whatever we have discussed, this you might have got it. Thank you. Have a good day, and don't forget to study. And as yesterday I was saying, that keep the textbook with you and study, go on study and all, that is, and definitely you will be understanding that. So thank you. Have a